Despite the hectic mood among the staff at HQ, the start of the briefing was delayed. But the weary pilots, knowing full well that they must force their exhausted bodies back into the air once the order was given, weren't the slightest bit disturbed by the delay.
Hey, what are you writing there?
I just can't remember this next phrase.
Here, let me see.
Hey! The princess couldn't feed the dove that day. She was too sick.
May I take a look?
Rosgrees. The demon of Rosgrees got her, right?
You know the story?
The demon from the North Sea. I remember. My grandma used to tell me bedtime stories about it. And every time she did, I'd be too scared to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night.
Settle down, people.
I knew a little about that famous legend, too. When history witnesses a great change, Rosgrees reveals itself, first as a dark demon. As a demon, it uses its power to rain death upon the land, and then it dies. However, after a period of slumber, Rosgrees returns.
Gentlemen! Excuse me, Colonel. This is an absolutely vital mission to us. As the staff advisor sent from Central HQ for this effort, I'd like to explain it myself. The Osean Army is planning a vast offensive with the ultimate objective of occupying the capital of Yuktobania. If this operation succeeds, it will end the war in very short order. However, the Yuktobanians have attacked our beachhead with ballistic missiles from the Rimfaxi, a Sinfaxi-class submersible carrier stationed in the icy waters of Rosgrees Straits. Fortunately, our ground forces had already completed attack preparations, so despite the missile attack, the offensive began as planned. Nevertheless, we must neutralize the threat of another Rimfaxi missile attack on our ground forces.
We have a single chance to stage a successful air attack on the underwater carrier Rimfaxi. Our passive sonar has detected a transport submarine that we believe is headed for the Rimfaxi. We believe the transport sub's mission is to supply the Rimfaxi with missiles. Based on its course and speed, we've calculated its rendezvous time with the Rimfaxi. By amazing coincidence, it is precisely the same time as the 0 hour of our ground attack. At this time, the Rimfaxi will have to surface to restock its missiles. At that exact moment, ingress at low altitude to avoid detection, launch a surprise attack, and sink the Rimfaxi. Once surfaced, it only takes the Rimfaxi 1 minute to rig for an emergency dive. If your approach is detected, you will only have 1 minute to complete your attack on the Rimfaxi.
Now keep in mind, there won't be any support from Arkbird this time around. This mission rests solely on your shoulders. The entire ground offensive is relying on this first surprise attack, so don't disappoint us. I want you to turn the icy Rosgrees Straits into the enemy's graveyard.
Okay, I'm actually going to go ahead and buy a new craft for this mission. Gonna get the F-16C Fighting Falcon. And for reasons I've bought it for reasons I'll get into shortly here. You may have noticed this in mainly an air-to-ground mission. It can be pretty hard to sink the Rimfaxi with air specialty craft. So I'm going to take the F-16 because it's got some large unguided bombs. That'll definitely come in handy. Just because when you're trying to strafe over the Rimfaxi, it's just armed to the teeth with anti-air weapons. So it's better to just hit it from above with some bombs and just take them all out that way.
100 yards to go.
Anyway.
Blaze. Commencing refueling.
That looks really weird. So, let's get started here.
Wardog, stay at low altitude and fly towards the submarine fleet. You are restricted from flying above 1,000
So yeah, Thunderhead says you can't fly above 1,000 feet.
I'm getting chills.
Well, let's start off by just following this. Well, I wouldn't really call it a river.
There's no way that could have been the Rosgrees.
I guess just this break in the ice. Let's follow it towards
Maintain radio silence.
the ring of picket submarines.
I can try talking to myself.
Now, these picket submarines, even if you're below 1,000 feet, I've never managed to not be spotted by one of those things and have the alert go up. I don't even know if it's possible to get through without being spotted. It doesn't really matter because you can still attack the Rimfaxi in time, even if you are spotted, but
This is Lieutenant Colonel Mitchell.
yeah, I'm not even sure if it's possible to do that, so don't worry about it.
The Rimfaxi's gonna dive in 1 minute.
If you're quick enough, you can also take out some of these other picket submarines surrounding the area. Get some more points. Hopefully double. You'll need to take out at least a few of the picket submarines to get an S rank on this mission.
30 seconds to Rimfaxi dive. Halt the resupply. Prepare for immediate dive. Hurry up. We gotta dive before the enemy does.
I see what you did there.
Box 2.
Oops. Shoot. Cutting's kind of close.
10 seconds to dive.
There we go.
Damage status on enemy sub unknown.
Those bastards are diving.
Got the supply sub too. Nice. See if I can get over there in time to sink some of all the picket subs.
Attack the enemy forces with long-range missiles from the Rimfaxi. Urgent. Transmitting target coordinates.
So I guess while I'm doing this, this would be a good time to talk about, well, the Rimfaxi and Synfaxi. They're both named after things from Norse mythology. The Rimfaxi was the horse that pulled, the name of the horse that pulled the chariot of the god of day across the sky and helped bring day to the land. And the Synfaxi was the opposite, pulled the chariot of the goddess of night across the land, did the same thing. So that's kind of cool. Even the Rosgrees is based out of Norse mythology as well. This game borrows quite heavily from it. The Rosgrees, in fact, are... Oh, first missile. Carrier jets. No, the Rosgrees are not carrier jets. The Rosgrees is a Norse Valkyrie. So, it's kind of cool. So as I was saying, easiest way to take out those anti-air defenses was just with bombs. Just fly by, out of its range, drop a few. Look at that. So much damage done already.
Me? Heavens. The ace pilots who sunk the enemy submarines are right over there. And I'm the person you want to interview now?
No, it's not that. It's just that I heard you used to be a fighter pilot yourself.
I just fly freight planes for the maintenance crews now. The captain, Captain Bartlett that is, said it was time for an old man like me to quit trying to compete with the young guys. Talk about a lack of respect.
Where did you meet Captain Bartlett?
We were both shot down and we bailed out behind enemy lines in the last war. We got through the bullet-ridden battlefield and made it back to the Allied front line. I tell you, it was tough getting the Army to believe we were on their side.
Shot down? You two?
Hey, it was a long time ago. Everyone makes mistakes, right?
Oh, no, I didn't mean it that way. Even if you're not flying with those pilots, your age and experience provide a lot of support for all of them. I just wanted to tell you that. I've seen that you really listen to what they say, and you always have helpful suggestions for them.
Well, thank you.
I think they're all going to need you, now more than ever.
I'll do what I can.
These people, it's like they're walking on a tightrope that could snap at any second. They're going to reach their breaking point sooner or later.
Yeah.
Our ground offensive is continuing its fast-paced push into Yuktobanian soil.